Okay, background, places, everybody, lights, cameras, we're rolling. Hey, everybody, welcome to another Trippy Food live stream on the Grab Bag. Another visit from Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, who hears me talk and immediately knows that there's snacks involved. Say hi, Doodle. Gonna say hi? Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Nothing? Where do you smell food? You can't have a snack this early. It's too early for a snack. I know. You see the little tongue thing? It means he wants a snack. All right, we're going to have you right here. All right, just chill for a little bit, and we'll get you a snack. Let me adjust this a little bit because we got like plenty of room here. Let's do it a little bit. We're not cutting off my head. Logistics okay? Lights okay? Video okay? Audio okay? Let me know. Who do we got in the room? We got Adam Heb is here early. Miguel Rangel is here. Let's see. And it just says 2 people. So those are the 2 people. So let's see who else. It's not a party until Janice gets here. How you doing, dude? How you doing, Doodle? We got to get Doodle like a cape and a crown so he can be a true Prince of Darkness. So again, we are doing a grab bag today. And I also have I usually do 8 snacks. So I do adult beverage, 4 snacks, soft drink, 4 snacks, and then goop melange if we have time, and we usually have time. But I forgot. So sometimes when I'm out like shopping for snacks and stuff, I forget how many I got. And so I got an extra one. And if we get to it, we'll get to it. So it'll be 9, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But other than that, everything that I told you we're going to have today, we're going to have today. What is it, Doodle? What is it? What is it important? Did Timmy fall down a well? What is it, Doodle? What is it? What is it, Doodle? Oh, Doodle, you poor little doggy. All right. You know what? I don't like to see you in such psychological trauma, so I will give you half a snack. How's that? Half a snack. There you go. That's not even half, but it's enough to keep you busy. We'll spread that out through the course of the live stream. I'm working with the lights, trying to get it right, trying to get the right balance. It seems like over here, maybe we're a little bit light. I don't know. Let me see. A little bit too bright. I can make adjustments here. Let's see. That better? I think it's better. I think. And this side's okay. This side seems to be okay. What do you think? He's saying I need a full treat today. He's going to get a full treat because he's going to get it over time. Because the thing is, if I give him a full treat, he'll come back for another full treat, and he'll treat himself to death. You know, we'll have to get him one of those little dog carts that he rides around on, like in the grocery store and stuff. Joshua Maxwell is here. Have not seen you for a while, and Joshua, glad you could make it. Let's see. Did anybody else come in? We got Adam. We got Miguel. We got Jared Tierno. Sorry, Jared. I didn't mean to ignore you. So welcome, Jared. Glad you could make it. We've got a bunch of fun treats today. Got our cards. Went and got the fickle finger of fate, and made sure. Oh, that's broken. Wanted to make sure that I had that handy because last week it was over there, and I just didn't feel like getting up and get it. Our grab bag today is sponsored by Trader Joe's New Hampshire. So that was one of the things that I got when I visited Trippy Food East. Got the Trader Joe's bag. Yeah. So for those of you who have a Trader Joe's near you and who doesn't now, I think they're all over the country now. I don't think they're all over the world. I'm not sure if they're in other places besides the United States. But for those of you who do go to Trader Joe's, the bags, these reusable bags that you can get, are unique to certain, I would say certain cities. Like I think San Francisco has a different bag than Los Angeles has. We do have, I think we have 1 or 2 Portland, Oregon bags. We have, now it's New Hampshire bag. So that's a fun thing to do if you're going to visit different cities, is go to a Trader Joe's and get the Trader Joe's bag. So there you go. I have my tea today. And I learned my lesson. So if I leave it in here, it just stays steaming hot, and I burn my mouth on it and everything. So I learned my lesson, and I just pour it in the cup. I'm all ready to go. So for those who don't know, the tea that I drink is lemon zinger. It has lemongrass and lemon peel and stuff like that in it. And lemon is good for your throat. And then I put a little bit of honey in there. So it's like lemon and honey tea, and really good for you while you're talking. So like if you're going to talk for 2 hours like I do. When I was in a band, other people in the band, they would have like a beer on stage or something like that. For me, it was like I would prepare a thermos full of this, and then kind of in between songs, that's what I would drink on stage. And that kept me going for a couple of hours. Or, typically what we would do is, like, when we're playing with 4 other bands, are 20 minutes. I think 20 to 40 minutes, something like that. I think the longest one was like if there's 3 bands or something and you're in there somewhere, I think you get like 40 minutes or something like that. But typically, we never were at the stage where we were headliners and we were playing for 2 hours or hour and a half or anything like that. Never got to that. So just enough to maintain for that amount of time. Grub Warp is here and early this time. Welcome, Grub Warp. Good to see you again. Glad you could make it and make it early. So you're going to be here for the bulk of this. In and out and whatever it is. So I don't know if you guys would found this interesting or not, but I've been doing this for, I want to say, almost 10 years now. I've been doing a live stream for almost 10 years. So I was doing I started out with the blog, and that was, I think, about 15 years ago. And then about 10 years ago, that blog kind of became the live, not the live stream, but the YouTube channel. And so I've been doing the YouTube channel almost 10 years now. And I was curious as to which are our most popular videos, and how far back do they go. So I did a little search here, and it looks like the most popular video is from 6 years ago, and that is the iguana video where we make an iguana. That has 28,000 views. And then there's the Nigel Lawson's Marmite Spaghetti. And one of the reasons that one's really popular is because people like to argue about that. About, oh, you're making it wrong, and you did this wrong, and you didn't do the butter right, and blah, 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 blah. People love to do that stuff. But that's one of the reasons that it has a high number of views, 22,000 views. And then there's the Philippe's versus Cole's French dip sandwich wars. That is 19,000 views. And the Chiguero or Capybara episode, 18,000 views. Python, 18,000 views. Wild boar testicles, 16,000 views. And Pescuezo de Gallina Relleno, that's it. Stuffed chicken necks, 15,000 views. So those are our most popular ones. And I don't know that I would have guessed that. I don't know that I would have guessed that those are our most popular ones, but they are. So Ice Hand is in the room. Welcome, Ice Hand. Glad you could make it. Good to see you. Let's see. We're at 1:07 p.m. We can wait till quarter after or so and wait till the room fills up a little bit. It says 6 people here, but I count more than 6 people in the chat. Let's see. Got Adam, Miguel, Joshua, Jared, Grub Warp, and Ice Hand. So no, that's 6. Yeah, I guess that's accurate. So those are I just don't know that number. Is that number? Wait, we'll get it. Is that number the number of people that are in the chat, the number of people that are subscribers that are on, or the number of people watching? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Ice Hand, yes, thank you. I didn't get a chance to get to that. I will get to that today, Ice Hand. So yeah, I did see that briefly, but I've had a really busy week, both at work and at play. The opposite at work, like with the Trippy food stuff and with the stuff that puts food on the table stuff. So, but I will get to that, Ice Hand. Thank you. All righty. Janice is late today. And I don't know if we'll see Tom today. I'm not sure, but we have a lot of fun stuff to do, though. A little more throat lube, I guess, is for lack of a better term. I don't know if Julie's going to join us today. They went on a trip to I think it was a cruise to the Caribbean, around the Caribbean. They were going to go to Mexico. I'm not sure where else. But they were doing that, and I'm not sure if they're back yet. So maybe they'll pop on. Maybe not. But we'll see. How about you guys? How was your week? How's everybody's week? Nothing horrible happened, I hope. I went to a baby shower yesterday. So cousins of ours, or I guess they would be third cousins. Our third cousins are having a baby. So did that yesterday. And other than that, it's just been like work and this. So. And been doing some editing. I had a whole bunch of shorts. A lot of those were things that we filmed when I was in Boston in February, but I think I got those all out. So all my shorts are all done. And the last one went out last night. So it was the butterfly place. And that's a fun one if you want to watch that. It's a minute of your time. Who can't spare a minute of their time? So We have our cards today. We have our adult beverage. It's kind of a sneak there, but there's a lot to look at there. It's pretty busy. So, maybe you can't make out what it is, but we're going to get to that momentarily. Got a few more minutes, kind of waiting for at least one of the mods to come in. Yeah, I wish that these lights had kind of settings on it where you knew like exactly where it was set. And then I'm also experimenting with the height. Like, should they be up here? Should they be like eye level, at an angle in the front? Whatever. But working around. I have there are two ring lights, and they will go up pretty high. But I noticed that like if I turn them up any more than that, I get kind of washed out. So I have to be careful doing that. I think this is okay. I think this is okay. I just wish I could remember the settings, the heights, and stuff like that, and use those each time. But it is what it is. Hey, Pokey Sly is back. I've not seen you in a while. Glad you could make it. Glad you could join us again. So welcome back. Always good to see you. It's I was talking to Matt Zion from Reckless Eating, and we were talking about the live streams, and I was saying, well, ours is pretty small, and maybe we have like 32 total views like during the course of our live stream. A lot of people watch afterwards, but we have about 32 unique views during the course of our live stream. He goes, that's pretty good. And I said, and then maybe we have like a maximum of maybe about 12 people at a time. At our height, we have about 12 people at a time that are in the chat. And he says, well, the thing is not as important how many people you actually have in the chat, is that the quality of the people that you have in the chat, and are those people interacting? And you guys are great. There's a lot of interaction. You guys are well behaved. And I don't mean like even Val gets blue sometimes, right? Even there's some salty Val. If you go out to other channels, you'll see salty Val. But for this channel, we just want it to be family friendly, and so we like that you are family friendly as well. And then we have those. I don't know if they're more like rules or guidelines that we don't talk about religion, we don't talk about politics. And we we just use the kind of language and stuff that sometimes there's a double entendre, and that's okay. But we generally want to make it a family friendly place, so you could watch these with your family and not have to make like, oh, grandma, hold your ears. So or send the kids out of the room or anything else like that. And you guys help, so I appreciate that, and thank you so much. Doing great, feel great, just made breakfast. Oh, okay. What did I have for breakfast? I went to Noah's and I had, I think they call it a farmhouse bagel. So I think it's an Asiago cheese bagel with a fried egg, bacon, and cheddar cheese on it. So it was okay. It was pretty good. But Janice is here. Oh, chat on my phone, Six Flags Magic Mountain today. Oh, you're way up there in what is it, Valencia or Santa Clarita? I don't know which one. One of them is the actual name of I think it's Santa Clarita is the actual name, but they call it Valencia, which is kind of an unofficial name. Sort of like if you go up to Ventura, California, the actual name of the town or the city is San Buenaventura, but they call it Ventura, and that's okay. All right, Janice. Well, we I guess we'll see you pop in and out. But welcome, Janice. You have kept your streak going. For those who don't know, I guess most people who have been here for a lot of our live streams probably know this, that Janice has the unique thing about that she has been in every single one of our live chats, every single one since the very first live stream. Janice has been on every single one of them. So congratulations, Janice. You have not broken your streak. So I think I expect sometime to be doing a live stream and have Janice come in and say, hey, I'm in the hospital having surgery right now, but just wanted to let you know that I am watching, so thank you, Janice, and thank you for all you do. She's invaluable for stuff like I'll talk about an episode we do, and next thing you know, boom, the link is in there for the episode. And couldn't do it without you, Janice. So yeah, we're at 1:15 now. We might as well get started. So we are going to. I put Nissan cup noodles, everything big with cream cheese. Oh, okay. Does that already have cream cheese in it? I'm going to be going out later. I'm going to pick those up. Does it have cream cheese in it, or did you put cream cheese in it? That's kind of curious. Yes, it has cream cheese, or yes, you put cream cheese in it. That was like a or question. So like not a yes or no question, but I can't. I just like I can't get my head around something that like it's an instant ramen. It has it in it. Cream cheese. That's bizarre. Well, I guess it's powdered cream cheese. I guess, but it sounds interesting. We're definitely gonna have to try that. So I will pick those up. I'll check out Walmart. We have a Walmart nearby. I'll check that out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started with our adult beverage right there. And we have two tiny valves. Let's see. We'll move this guy up a little bit. We have two tiny valves that are keeping an eye on things for us over there. And we do have our questions. We're getting down into our questions. We maybe got about 2 or 3 more weeks left of questions, depending on how fast they go. Okay, so here's the question. The first question is croissants, or croissants. Croissants are very popular in France, but which country did they actually originate from? Again, croissants are very popular in France. They're very popular here, but which country did they originally originate? In which country did they actually originate from? So that goes right there, and we're going to start into our adult beverage. And today we are doing this, which is from Common Space Brewery. Common Space Brewery is LA based. Was founded in 2018 by Brett Knapp in Hawthorne, California. Hawthorne, California is what do they call that? South Bay, like South Bay area, which is just southwest of LA proper. But that's Hawthorne, California, and that's where they're located. And this is Common Space Stress Dissolver Mango Sour Beer. Now, you probably noticed that my preference is for like porters and stouts, but I'm kind of like branching out a little bit. I'm trying to do some other stuff and everything. So this is what we're going to try today. This is 5% ABV. If you are looking for this, I found this at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is really good place if you're going to go out and get beers and you want a single beer as opposed to having to buy a 6-pack. What I don't like is I don't like when you have to go to a liquor store, even like Bevmo or even some of the Total Wine and More, and you see a beer that looks really interesting, or an alcoholic beverage that looks really interesting, and they're like, no, you have to buy a 6-pack. And I'm like, I don't know if I want a 6-pack. What if I buy it and I try the first one and I don't like it? I'm stuck with 5 beers that I don't like and I don't want. So Trader Joe's is really, really good. Even if they have like 6-packs and stuff in there, you can pull one off and they don't care. So Trader Joe's is a really good place to get it. I would say that I would not expect that if you're at a Trader Joe's like in Boston and you go to a Trader Joe's in Boston, you're going to find this, because they seem to have local stuff. So things that are local to the LA area and everything. And this is again from Common Space Brewery in Hawthorne, California. So let's see. Did anyone else come in that I missed? I just want to make sure. All right. So let's go ahead and get this open. Yeah, my preference is stouts and stouts and porters, but I like to branch out a little bit, try some different stuff. Not a big fan of IPAs, but I will try them, and sometimes I've tried them and been pleasantly surprised at how good they are. So a lot of foam on that one. Using our Trippy Food beer tornado glass. You can see all the little tornadoes in there. Beer tornadoes happening. All right, it's like Pokey Sly is mine is Asia. Asia is your answer. Wait, GF answer. GF answer. GF. I'm not sure what GF is, but you changed your answer. That's all right. We'll cover all of them. I'm going to go ahead and say, because we're really informal here, so if you're going to answer the trivia questions, this is just a kind of like a recap. So I remember at one point in time, people said, "Oh, Janice is looking those questions, the answers up." Sometimes she would look them up. Sometimes she would know it, and sometimes she has Ed, and Ed is like a walking encyclopedia. And so, like, she said, "Oh, girlfriend, okay." So sometimes sometimes Janice says she just hears or Ed just hears the question, and he gives the answer to the question like immediately. But there's no rules. So if you don't know it, you can look it up. If you just want to take a guess, throw it out there. You want to give a funny answer. I would tell you that I think if John King answers that question, it usually has the word dollar in it. If Tom, old guy in Colorado, answers that question, it will have some variation of kumquat in it. So, there's no hard, set, fast rules. Just guess if you want to guess. Look it up if you want to look it up. There's no rules. It's for fun. We used to kind of like joke around about doing points and stuff like that. But now it's just kind of like, hey, maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll teach me something. I don't know. I think every day you should learn something. Every day. All right. Ooh, that's a fruity smell. All right. Cheers. It's not quite as sour as they would make it sound. They do say it's a sour beer, but it doesn't taste that sour. I'm getting it. I'm getting the fruitiness. There's a little bit of that alcohol bite in there, but I think it's a low ABV. 5% is average. 5% is an average ABV. It's fruity, but it's not that fruity. So it's not. There's very little sweetness in there. You can taste the fruit, but it's very, very, very little sweetness in there. Mostly sour. I'm wondering if maybe they use unripe mango. If you use unripe mango, that can have some bitterness to it. So maybe they're using unripe and not as sweet. That's the thing with fruit. The riper the fruit is, the sweeter it is. Like a banana. You see when a banana starts to turn black, it starts to have spots on it and everything. That's when it's the sweetest. So that's why, like, when people kind of let the banana go a little bit until it starts turning black, and that's when they use it for like banana bread, because it has the most sweetness in it. And then if the banana is really, really firm, then it has like a little bit of bitterness to it. When it's has more texture to it, and it's a little bit more bitter. So that might be what they're doing here, is they're using mango that's not ripe, so that it has that kind of bitterness or sour. I'm gonna say, I'm thinking mango, and I just really was expecting that kind of really fresh mango taste and everything. I'm kind of not getting that, but it is still good. It's still fruity. It's still sour. So I'm gonna say thumbs. Ooh, let me use this one. It's easier to see. Thumbs up, trending downward slightly. But thumbs up, but trending downward slightly. Let's go back to our card, and the question is: croissants are very popular in France, but what country did they actually originate from? Do you know? Well, it is in fact. Let's see. The answers were, or the guesses were, Belgium, Austria, Germany. I guess Asia. I guess there's girlfriend, guy friend thing, and it got kind of messed up. So I don't really know, but I think Pokey Sly originally said Germany, then said mine is Asia. Oh, girlfriend's answer is Germany. Pokey Sly's answer is Asia. All right, so it is in fact Austria. Who said Austria? Janice Yamanaka said Austria, because of course she did. It is in fact Austria. Did you know that Kipferl, the predecessor of the croissant, was eaten as early as the 13th century in Austria? Did you know? I did not know. But that's what I love about these cards. I learned something too. Hi, Doodle. You guys just see Doodle's eyes, those little eyes sticking up. Doodle, you want another snack, right? I mean, you're here for another snack. You just want to chill. You just want to hang out with us. You're welcome to hang out with us, Doodle. All right. You just let me know, like, do the thing with your tongue if you want. I don't mean that thing with your tongue. I'm going to just stick your tongue out if you want another snack. All right. So that's our adult beverage. I'm just going to kind of move that over a little bit. And we'll go on to our first snack. So let's get that ready. Let's see what we got here. Let's start with sweet. Let's do this one. This one looks interesting. Stick that one up there. That one's up there, Doodle. No, you can't have that. Oh, okay. All right. You know what? Another piece of snack. You can have a piece of snack. We got to pace you. Because otherwise, you're going to be like the size of a Rottweiler. And not in a good way. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. All right. So let's go ahead and read a question. And the question is, what is the primary ingredient of the Irish dish champ? Again, what is the primary ingredient of the Irish dish champ? All right, so these are interesting. Where did I get those? I'm going to say I got those at Ralph's, which is our local Kroger store. They have an international food aisle and an Asian food aisle and everything. And sometimes you can find some really interesting stuff. So this is from Haitai is the name of the company. They're from Korea. This is a product of Korea. And Haitai Confectionery and Foods was founded in 1945 in Seoul, Korea. So these are honey butter chips with real honey. Are you near Culver City, Val? Hey, Z Food Review. Yeah, because I mean, you know, all of LA is near Culver City, so you know we're in LA. So yeah, we are close to Culver City. I mean, close is kind of a relative term. On some days, you know, it could be like an hour, and some days it could be like 15 minutes. So it depends on where in your Culver City you are and where in LA we are. But yes, we are close. Thank you, Z Food Review and Z Food Review. I don't recognize your name for being in the chat before. Are you new to the channel? Have we seen you before and I've just forgotten about it? In which case I apologize. But if not, it sounds like you're from Culver City, or maybe you're going to make a recommendation for Culver City. You know, where are you from and what brings you to our channel? And welcome. How do you spell that, Val? How do I spell which, Ice Hand? I don't remember. And Janice, I apologize if I didn't share your hello Doodle with Doodle, but I will when he comes back, and he will come back. So these are honey butter chips with real honey. So they have real, it says real honey, but it doesn't say real butter. Let's see. Ingredients: potato, palm oil, fructose sugar, salt, skim milk powder, butter. Okay, butter what? Butter mixture powder, yeast extract. I don't know. It's like, you know, potato chip stuff, butter and honey. So it sounds like, you know, the ingredients are the ingredients. Let's give these a shot. Oh, the question: how do you spell it? C-H-A-M-P. Like it sounds, champ. Like, hey, champ, you're gonna get out there and win today. Champ. C-H-A-M-P. I watched Reckless Eating for years. I was going through the catalog again last night. 420. Oh, okay. Yeah, they just came out with a new one today that I think we did. Yeah, we did here, where we recreated. There was a meme of, what was it? Supposedly at Nathan's in the UK, they had a Reese's Pieces hot dog, and so that one came up today on Reckless Eating. So I'm in that because I'm making the hot dogs. I'm not from LA, but I was visiting there last week. Oh, and you were in Culver City, Z Food? Where are you from? The thing about Asian snacks and the packaging, they really package them really well, where they're difficult to open. My guess is they don't want these to like come apart when they're importing them, you know, so they end up with a stale bag of chips. Ooh, it has a buttery smell. They don't look like they have anything on them. They're just like your standard looking potato chip. I'm getting butter and honey, which is odd for a potato, because, and it has this like when you have it in your mouth, it kind of that smell that goes up into your nose, and you're getting that strong butter and honey smell, like in your mouth. It's kind of an odd thing though, because of the sweetness from the honey, you know. It's just a really odd thing, because I don't really equate potato chips with being sweet. an odd flavor. But you know, when you hear me say that's an odd flavor, that's not necessarily a negative thing, because that's what we're all about here. It's Trippy from Ohio. First time in LA, food was great and more affordable than I expected. Depends where you go. It can be a lot more expensive than you expect. Where did you go, Z Food? Where did you go in the LA area? Or like, what were some of the highs and lows? I assume. Do you have a YouTube channel? Are you doing review? You said Z Food Review. I'm assuming you're doing reviews. If so, we'll check you out. We'll be back soon. Oh, okay, we'll be here. I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. All right. It has some flavor compositions that I'm not, like really crazy about. It just like there's just this mixture of stuff there. The butter and the honey and the potatoes are just kind of like weird taste together. But I'm all about weird tastes, right? So I think I have to give that a thumbs up. Definitely give it a thumbs up. Just because of that weirdness, it's just an odd thing. It does taste like I know they have high fructose. Was it high fructose corn syrup or just fructose sugar? But there's almost like a hint of some artificial. Maybe it's the sucralose. There's this kind of artificial taste to it, and there is citric acid in it because there's citric acid in everything. All right, yeah, thumbs up. All right, so let's go back to our question, and the question was, what is the primary ingredient of the Irish dish champ? And let's see, Ice Hand said Belgium. No, wait, that's the last one. Hang on. Okay, Miguel Rangel said cheese. And Miguel Rangel said cheese. Oh, no, Ice Hand said Rocky Road ice cream. Hey, Rocky Road ice cream. Yo, Adrian, get me some champ. Rocky Road ice cream. Janice Yamanaka said potatoes. It is, in fact, potatoes. Did you know? Well, who would have thought that an Irish dish, the main ingredient would be potatoes? Let's talk about something cultural here. So the Irish are well known for their consumption of potatoes. It's a major crop in Ireland. But the thing that's funny about that is that potatoes were not known to Europe until maybe the 1600s, when they were brought back from the Americas. They are predominantly from South America, mostly Peru. But so until the Spanish came here in the 1500s, they were relatively unknown. But so that's kind of odd that Ireland is known for their potatoes, even though it's a South American thing, or let's just say the Americas, I think from the Americas. Did you know young nettles were sometimes used instead of scallions, as they were more readily available? So that tells me that scallions are an ingredient of champ. But nettles are what are nettles? Nettles are like what do you call that? Artichoke is one of them. Artichoke is one. It's a I can't remember the name of the stupid plant. Thistles. Thank you, Janice. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Janice is invaluable. She knew exactly what I was trying to say. Thistles. Thank you, Janice. So nettles are like thistles. So the leaves, every part of the plant have these little spiky things on them and everything. But it sounds like nettles were more available than scallions, and so sometimes they were used in the dish champ when we're making the dish champ. So again, I learned something, and thank you for your help with my stuck word, Janice, as always. All right, let's do another snack. Let's see. We always end up with spicy stuff. I don't know why. It just seems to be. Let's do these next. Yeah, let's do this. That'd be fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and ask a question. What did I do in the cards? Here we go. And the question is, which meat is used in a traditional Cuban sandwich? You don't have to tell me the cut, or a specific type of cut of meat, just like the animal that it comes, that basically, what kind of meat. what kind of meat is used in a traditional Cuban sandwich. So that goes over there, and we're gonna do this. Now this is from Parle. I believe it's Parle. Maybe it's Parle. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced. This is I'm gonna call it Parle. Parle Platina Hide and Seek chocolate chip cookies. Parle Products was founded in 1929 by the Chauhan family in Mumbai, India. This is a product of Mexico, just like you would expect any Indian product to be, any Indian food to be a product of Mexico. This is a product of Mexico. So the picture is what got me, because it looks like a chocolate bar kind of thing, and then there's the cookie, but apparently they're just chocolate chip cookies. But we'll see what's so special about these chocolate chip cookies. I have a trivia question for the chat. Michael Jackson once tried to buy the rights to a superhero so he could play them in a movie. What superhero was that? He wanted to play a superhero. I'm gonna guess Superman. That's kind of his thing. My guess is Superman. Favorite places I found in LA were Teddy's Tacos, Mateo's Ice Cream, Big Tommy's. The most expensive thing was a New York style pizza found in downtown Culver City, almost $40. What was the New York style pizza that you found in Culver City? That was $40. Okay, that's a really unusual looking chocolate chip cookie. Look at that. And you can see the chunks of chocolate, but it looks like they're kind of pressed in there. They're little tiny little chunks of chocolate. It smells like chocolate. The cookie is really crunchy. If you've ever had windmill cookies, like the Dutch windmill cookies, with the almonds in it, shaped like a windmill, it's that texture. Not quite like ginger snap crispy, but still crispy nonetheless. Nice chocolate flavor. I think the thing I don't like about chocolate chip cookies in general is like when the chocolate is gooey. I'm not really crazy about that. This is not. They're like the chocolate chip. If you've ever cooked with using chocolate morsels, whatever they call that texture of those before you put them in the cookies, before you make the cookies, before they get all kind of, soft and gooey, that's kind of the texture of this. Really interesting. The cookie flavor is consistent throughout throughout the whole cookie. I mean, the chocolate flavor is consistent throughout the whole cookie. These are really interesting. Nice texture, really unusual taste and everything. Those are going to get a thumbs up. No, Doodle, you cannot have chocolate chip cookies. You can't have chocolate anything. All right. No, you should know that's bad for you. Don't you know that's bad for you? All right, I'll give you another piece of snack. See, this is how we do it. We don't give him the whole snack, because then he comes back and he wants another whole snack. But we give him pieces, and that keeps him busy. So I hope he doesn't understand English, because then he just figured out what I just said. He's going to start demanding something else. You want that? There you go. All right. And off he goes. All right. The question we asked, the question was, what meat is used in a traditional Cuban sandwich? Ice Hand said pork. Miguel Rangel said jamon, which is ham, which is pork. Janice Yamanak said ham. Everybody said ham. Ham or pork or jamon. And you're all correct. It is pork. So it doesn't have to be specific. Sometimes it's roasted pork, not necessarily ham. But if you have not had a cubano, which is a Cuban sandwich, if you've not had a properly made cubano sandwich, I recommend that you do that. They usually put pickles in it. If you're not a big fan of pickles, you might not like it. It has pickles. It has mustard, usually I think Swiss cheese, and then very, very specific bread that's used in a press, that's made in a press. But it's outstanding if you can get yourself a nice cubano sandwich. I recommend you try one. Let's see. Did Z Food Review mention the La Rocco's Pizza? I'm not familiar with that. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Was it worth $40? Because that's what you'd pay in New York anyways, right? So maybe that's it. They come from New York. They charge $40 a pizza in New York, and they figure they can do that here. It's kind of expensive, even for LA. It was Spider-Man. He tried to buy the rights from Marvel in the 1990s, but according to Michael himself, the talk stopped before it really went anywhere. I'm not surprised. Why would you sell one of your more popular superheroes? It doesn't make any sense. Alrighty, so let's do another one. Let's see. Let's get the sweet stuff out of the way. I think this is the last one. Anyways, How many snacks have we done? We've been 1, 2. We did the cookies. We did the chips. This is 3, and we got 1 more after that. So I will tell you, and I guess you noticed this by the flyer, the information that I sent out, that we actually got a lot of stuff at Trader Joe's. So it's just, I was shopping at Trader Joe's, and I'm like, that looks interesting. That looks interesting. And we ended up getting a lot of things. Occasionally on this channel, I will tell people like, oh, you want to know where you can get some interesting stuff, or like in trippy foods, where can you get some stuff that's trippy? Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has a really, really good a good variety of unusual foods, and it rotates. So like, you know, they don't always have the same thing, and it kind of rotates. One of the things that Trader Foods, that some stuff is made specifically for Trader Joe's, and then some stuff is made by other companies, and they put the Trader Joe's label on it and everything. But Trader Joe's is a really good place if you like unusual things to check out Trader Joe's. Yeah, sometimes you have to do a little treasure hunting, you know, go up all the aisles and check things out. But it's a really good place for getting it stuff. So let's go ahead and read the question. Doodle, you can't have snacks this quick. You're gonna OD on snack, like I do. You can't OD on snack. No, these are cards, Doodle. You can't eat that. You can't eat that. It's a card. It's a card. It's not a snack. It's a card. All right. The question is, which Italian spirit is also known as firewater? Again, which Italian spirit is also known as firewater? So we're gonna stick that over there, and we're going to go into our snack, which is from Trader Joe's. I'll say this the first time, and then you can assume it the next time for those who don't know. And I think we've mentioned this before. Trader Joe's was founded in 1967 by Joe Columb, if I'm saying his name right, in Pasadena, California. The first store he opened, which is on Arroyo Parkway in Pasadena, California, is still open. You can still go to the original store that was open. So a lot of other places, they never really kept that kind of, you know, I don't know what you would call it, nostalgia, I guess, for the first place they opened. Something like Bob's Big Boy, the original one's gone. It was in Glendale, California, not there anymore. McDonald's, the original one, was in San Bernardino or San Bernardino, and that's gone. It's the museum that Matt and I went to, but it's gone. The original In-N-Out, which is in, I want to say Covina, maybe. It's gone. They built a replica nearby, and they don't serve burgers out of that replica and everything, but it's gone. I would say the original, we haven't done that yet, but we need to do that. The original Taco Bell. They saved the original Taco Bell. They moved it from the location it was at, and it's at the Taco Bell headquarters. I want to say it's like Anaheim or someplace like that. Janice would know. Janice would know for sure. I think Janice has actually been there to the original Taco Bell that they preserved. So wasn't worth it. Needed to try California Pizza Kitchen next time. Let's see. You're from Ohio. I don't know about like Ohio pizza. Probably the closest thing. Well, you're not that far from Detroit, so you probably have Detroit style pizza in Ohio. You probably have St. Louis style pizza in Ohio, I'm guessing. I mean, you like everybody has every other style, but because of the location, I would think you'd have those. California Pizza Kitchen, it's okay. It's almost like flatbread. You know, it's very, very thin, crispy crust. It's okay. It's not one of my favorites. I'm trying to think of like what that genre would be. Like if there's a California pizza style, maybe it's a California pizza style, and it's more like a flatbread. It's like a crispy crust. Some of the stuff's pretty good. I like the barbecue chicken pizza at California Pizza Kitchen's pretty good. They do a Thai pizza with some Thai ingredients on it, but you know, I don't know. It doesn't really taste Thai to me and everything. So, Nino's Pizza. Nino's is Nino's Detroit style? I'm trying to remember. What's the one? Oh, Jet. Jet is the chain, the big chain, the Detroit style pizza chain. All right, so these are from Trader Joe's, and these are caramel coffee almonds, which I thought just sounded really interesting. This is a product of where? Let's see. Black on red writing, which you just can't read. Cardinal sin in printing is black text on red packaging. Can't read it. And the reason you can't read it is because as far as being monochromatic, like if you like black and white, you use black and white film, red shows up as black. And that's why your eyes have a hard time reading black text on red because red red photographs in black and white film, red photographs is black. So, huh, really interesting looking. Crispy, that's nice. Oh, wow. You get the coffee flavor right off the bat. Caramel's subtle. You do get the caramel flavor comes in afterwards, mostly as sweetness though, not so much as caramel flavor per se. Nice coffee flavor, nice crunch. They're not stale. The thing about nuts is when they get stale, they get kind of, it's the opposite of other things that get stale. When it's stale, they get crisp, crunchy, right? Nuts are kind of the opposite. When they get stale, they're kind of like mushy. Coffee flavor right off the bat on the outside. Caramel flavor comes in on the inside. Nice crunch, nice coating. Nothing wrong with these whatsoever. That's a big thumbs up. Oh, they're really, really good. All right. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. No. 3. 3. That's 3 snacks. All right. Well, one more. And then we'll move on to our, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything's spicy. Oh, this one's not spicy. Let's do this. Also from Trader Joe's. So we're not going to redo that. Let's go back and review our card. The question was, which Italian spirit is also known as firewater? And the guesses were, Miguel Rango said Sambuca. Janice Yamanaka said Grata. Janice, you're close. I know what you meant, but maybe you spelled it wrong. It's grappa. It is, in fact, grappa. My understanding is, and I don't know, somebody out there can tell me if I'm right. I believe grappa is made from the skin of grapes. So it's kind of like when they do the production, when they're making wine, they take the skin off the grapes, and then they allow the skin of the grapes to ferment, and that's what they use to make grappa. And apparently they let it ferment a little longer, which is why they call it firewater. It has a lot more alcohol content to it, which is ironic because in Colombia, they drink aguardiente, and aguardiente, I think, literally translates to firewater, and they call that firewater as well. I don't know that it deserves that title because aguardiente is really kind of sweet. It is made from a white rum. I don't know that they kick the alcohol level up on that, but it is. I think it does have a higher alcohol level on it. But it's a white rum, and it's flavored with anise, so it almost has that almost like a licorice flavor to it. It's like candy, and sometimes they add sugar to it. But in Colombia, aguardiente is a social drink. So basically, you're going to a party, you're get together with friends and everything, and you basically got 5 or 6 people sitting around. Somebody will bring out a bottle of aguardiente, shot glasses all around. It's kind of a cultural and social thing. So if you're in that group in Colombia, and somebody says, "Oh, aguardiente," and you go like, "Oh, no, thank you." Unless you're a recovering alcoholic, which makes sense, you would say no, thank you. But if you're just saying no, thank you, because I just don't feel like having an aguardiente, it's almost considered like rude. Like, hey, we're having a social drink all together and everything, so you're going to drink it, so go ahead and drink it. I will also tell you that depending on how much of it you drink, your knowledge of the Spanish language can vastly increase per drink. Well, that's what I'm told. That's what I'm told I do after I've had quite a few. Hi, Doodle. How you doing? Doodle, the Prince of Darkness, everybody. He's pretty chill today. He's being pretty mellow now. I think he's all snacked out and now he just wants to chill. So you're always welcome here, Doodle. This is your channel as well as my channel. All right. He wants to come back on the lap. That's okay. You can do that. All right. So that's that. So now we're going to try this, and we have to ask another question. And the question is, what is the principal spice used in goulash? Again, what is the principal spice used in goulash? And I guess you'd have to know what goulash is, right? All right, so this again is from Trader Joe's, and these are lightly smoked salmon fillets, skinless and boneless, applewood smoked in extra virgin olive oil. Now, most people would say like salmon's not a weird thing. Salmon in a can is not a weird thing. I think it is. So, you know, most salmon you either get frozen or you get like, you know, fish, like buying it like fish. You're buying a nice slab of salmon that you're going to put in the oven. This one is, it's cooked, it's smoked, and it's in olive oil. So really weird. This is a product of Chile. Contains salmon, may contain trout or crab. Okay. It doesn't say lightly smoked salmon that might contain trout or crab, but we're going to go with it. Hey, it's Chorizo Bandito. Long time no see. Glad you can make it to a live stream. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Aguardiente is schnapps. Not really. I mean, I've had schnapps, and schnapps can have that like kind of licorice anise flavor to it. But schnapps is not. I don't believe is a rum. So rum is made from sugar. So it's basically fermented sugar. That's how they make rum. And I think aguardiente starts with something. I mean, schnapps. I'm sorry, starts with something else. I'm not sure what the basis is. I mean, most alcoholic beverages, there's a basis for it. There's something underneath it. There's something that they add water to and ferment. Like vodka. Vodka is like is from potatoes. Typically is traditionally from potatoes, but it can be made from other things as well. But it's traditionally potatoes. Tequila is from agave, typically from agave. So there's different things. Wine is from grapes, right? Beer is from wheat or hops or barley, not Marley. He's dead. So yeah, I'm not sure. So if somebody could look that up and see what schnapps is made from, aguardiente is definitely it starts out as a white rum and they add sugar and anise flavoring to it. Schnapps is, I hate that. There's like that little heart thing is over it and I can't see. It's something. What is that? I can't get rid of that stupid heart thing. Maybe if I make that bigger. No, that doesn't help whatsoever. That is really annoying. I'll have to wait till that there's a little heart thing. You can press that so you can add a heart to stuff. And apparently it's right over the word that I'm trying to figure it out. So I'll have to wait a moment, ice hand, until that scrolls up, and then I'll be able to tell you what that is. All right, so we're going to have this lightly smoked salmon. Let me look at the ingredients real quick, and then I'll know if he can have some. It has olive oil in it. Now, I always thought olives and olive oil was bad for dogs. Apparently it's not. Actually, it's good for dogs. It's good for their coat. Doodle, do you have a coat or maybe a light jacket? Salt and applewood smoke. So it sounds like there's nothing in here that he can't have. So I can give him a little piece of that. It's his lucky day. He can actually have one. Schnapps is fruit-based. Did they say what kind of fruit, Ice Hand? Oh, that's interesting. I'm not going to show this to you because it's kind of floating in olive oil. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to tilt it a little bit, but not too much, only because, as always, I will get it all over the keyboard. Now, he can actually have some of this. So this is your lucky day, Doodle. You can have some salmon. Here, I'm going to put it on a little plate for you. I'm not going to give you a lot of it because it is like swimming in olive oil. And I know olive oil is good for you, but, not too much. So I'm just going to give you like a little piece and see how you like it. Here you go, dude. This is Doodle's piece. Here you go, dude. Here, let me put it up here. Make it easy for you to get. There you go. Yeah, that's for you, Doodle. All right, now let's... And it's gone. And he's licking up the olive oil. How was that, Doodle? Did you like that? Did you like it? You're going to have salmon breath the rest of the afternoon. All right. They're going to be calling you, hey, salmon breath. Hey, what are you doing, salmon breath? Here we go. Salmon flavor. Tastes like salmon. With olive oil. Maybe a little too lightly smoked because I'm not getting much smoke taste on that. I'm trying to think of, it's not really anything you would substitute sardines for. I'm wondering, like, I've never heard of anybody doing this, but like you're gonna make tuna salad, like for tuna fish sandwich or tuna sandwich. I think this would work well like that. As a matter of fact, I'll have leftovers, so I'm gonna have to try that. Ooh, it has kind of like some sort of aftertaste, like a numbing on the tongue or something. Kind of weird. With nothing else in it. That is pretty good. I'm gonna put this up here. Only for two reasons. One, Doodle might feel brave, and two, I might spill the olive oil all over the place once I leave it up there. So, what did you think, Doodle? Doodle, you want to rate that one? What do you think? Pause up, pause down, pause in the middle, pause up, trending slightly downward. How would you rate that, Doodle? Oh, pause up. I agree with you completely. Thumbs up. I mean, it's nothing earth-shattering. It's nothing like crazy, like a really. Oh, that's a very unusual taste. It's salmon with olive oil and a little bit of smoke flavor. Really good. So, thumbs up. Would it be good tuna sandwich salad? See, chorizo, you and I were thinking along the same lines. I don't know, but we're going to find out. I think, to me, it tastes like it would. After the show, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to try that. We'll see. I could do it now, but then I have to go in the kitchen. I have to get the bread, toast the bread, mix in the the mayo and stuff like that. Ain't no one got time for that. So we'll do that later. Doodle's gonna love that. Well, he did love that. Yes, he did love that, didn't you, Doodle? Didn't you? Yeah. He's a good boy. I try to be a good boy. Hi, you must not remember me. Of course I remember you, Jessica. Why would I not? I've been gone for a while, but now I'm back. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Yes, Jessica, of course. You've been gone a long time, but never. We never shut the door behind you. Never, ever. The door is always open, and welcome back, and glad you made it back. Everybody, let's give Jessica a warm reunion to the Trippy Food live stream. Welcome back, Jessica. All right, the question was, what is the principal spice used in goulash? And that seemed like such a long time ago. Let's see. Ice Hand said paprika. Janice Yamanaka said paprika. It looks like maybe that's the only answers. Well, it is, in fact, unfortunately, paprika. It is paprika. Did you know that goulash originated in Hungary, where shepherds would keep their meat in bags made from sheep's stomachs? I like a good sheep stomach every once in a while. Now, you're probably wondering, Val, have you had sheep stomach before? Well, I've had something that's made in sheep stomach, and that's haggis. So haggis is sheep organs that are kind of chopped up. They're mixed usually with, I think they use oatmeal, maybe some suet, black pepper, onion, and then it is packed into a lamb stomach and steamed. And if you've ever, it's all the organs. It's like liver, maybe the kidneys, I think, the lungs. They don't put brains in it, but if you've ever never had haggis, you need to try it. It's a very rich, earthy, like almost like a meatloaf flavor, but very rich and earthy. No tomatoes, of course. But if you have not tried haggis, I recommend it. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Val, where am I supposed to get haggis? If you can find an international grocery, you might be able to find it at an international grocery. If there's like a local, let's say there's a British pub in your or a British restaurant in your area, chances are they have like a little grocery on the side of it, and then you'll usually be able to find it in that little grocery. So, but and it'll probably be in a can. Sometimes you'll be able to get it like in plastic, like like a bag of it. Not so much in the sheep stomach itself, but like in an artificial casing, or you'll be able to find it in the can. But either way, I recommend you try it. You might not like it, but I always recommend you try everything anyway. So if you have not had haggis and you have an opportunity to try it, please do. Let me know what you think. Thank you, Miss You and Doodles and everybody. What have I missed? Well, today we just finished 4 snacks. We did our adult beverage, which I'm kind of sipping on, I guess. And we're just about to start with we're just about to get into our soft drink. So you haven't missed too much. And then at the end of it, we're going to do goût mélange. I don't know if we were doing goût mélange last time you were here, but but hopefully we will have time. Let's see. Yeah, we're at the halfway mark, and we're at the halfway mark with our snacks and beverages. So if we have time afterwards, in which we do have time afterwards, we uh, we'll put everything together. And so whatever you missed, you'll get to see again. And then you can watch the replay. Haggis is lung-free in the USA because of the law. You are correct, Icehand. It is very difficult to find haggis in the U.S. And the ones that are imported don't have lung in them. But if you find a chef that is making it himself in the U.S., sometimes they'll have lung, which is lights. I think they call them lights. I don't know why. But it is. Well, I guess sort of like there was a period of time during Mad Cow when Mad Cow they determined was caused by the fact that they were putting lamb organs and lamb parts in the feed for the cows. Now that's a stupid thing to begin with. But a cow is an herbivore, and they're giving it like meat byproduct and stuff like. I mean, typically they will feed them chicken poop. They probably still do feed them chicken poop. Cows, right? I mean, whatever. But I think there was like they were feeding him sheep's brains. I think it's the sheep's spinal cord. There was something in the sheep's spinal cord that was giving the cows mad cow. So because of that, sesos, which are a cow's brains, used to be on like every legit taco Mexican Mexican taco stand menu. And after mad cow, they took sesos off. Once in a great while, you can still find them because mad cow is kind of like taken care of now. So once in a while, you can still find them, but it's really, really hard to find sesos tacos. And again, if you can, try them, because I always say if you haven't tried anything, then definitely try it. Again, it might be hard to find, and you can trust it because again, if a place is serving sesos and one person gets mad cow, then then you'll know about it. Everybody will know about it. They'll shut the place down and everything. But try it. How have you and Doodles been? Well, Doodle is just chilling right here. I think he's all snacked out. Maybe we really like that salmon that I gave him. But Doodle's been fine. No issues with Doodle, and I've been okay. So what you see is what you get with me. It's more of the same. All right, so we are going to now do our soft drink again from Trader Joe's. And this is Trader Joe's Tangerine Probiotic Sparkling Beverage. I know there's a lot to take in there, but mad cow is similar to kuru, laughing sickness, one of the few human diseases from prions. Yeah, exactly. Laughing sickness. Oh my God. It's nothing to laugh at. Forgot to read a question. You guys got to keep me honest. Yeah, mad cow was a big thing for a long, long time, and it was really hard to get some certain cuts of beef, any kind of beef for a while. It was really difficult to get. Now I think there's like slightly perturbed goat is like a big thing now. So I'm kidding. It's not. I just made that up. How many grilled cheeses do Americans eat on an average year? How many grilled cheeses do Americans eat on an average year? That's not per person. That's all Americans. How many grilled cheese? I guess they mean grilled cheese sandwiches. How many grilled cheese sandwiches do Americans eat on an average per year? It's a big number, so guess big. Ooh, that's a nice smell. That's a little bit sour. Not as, I mean, you can see the bubbles in it. You can see the bubbles in it, but you don't really taste the bubbles. Like usually something has a lot of carbonation or a lot of effervescence in it. You can kind of taste. You can kind of feel the bubbles on your tongue. This one, not so much. You can see them. You can see them popping in the glass. It's a little bit watered down, so it doesn't have that really strong tart tangerine taste. Tangerine is kind of like it's a citrus fruit. because there's citrus acid in everything. It's a citrus fruit, and it's sort of like a sweeter orange. It is like, yeah, it's like a very sweeter orange. But this one is kind of it has kind of like a watered down taste. Like I've had tangerine juice before, really really good, really really sweet, really, um, you know, really really flavorful. This one seems to lack a little bit of a. Now they're adding like carbonated water to it, so it doesn't surprise me. But I just kind of wish they would kick that up a little bit. Other than, I mean, it doesn't taste bad or anything. I'm gonna give that a thumbs. I'm gonna give that a thumbs up, trending downward slightly. Again, just wish they could like amp up that tangerine flavor. It's there. It just tastes kind of watered down. So. All right, let's go back to our question. And our question is, how many grilled cheese sandwiches? I'm going to say sandwiches. It doesn't here, but I will. How many grilled cheese sandwiches do Americans eat on an average per year? Let's see. Ice Hand says 60 million. Jessica says they eat one a day. Well, okay. So if all Americans eat one a day, how many Americans are there? There you go. Wait, let's see. I'm gonna do this scientifically. I'm gonna ask, what is the population of the U.S.? 333 million. All right, so that's 333 million a day, right? Because if each person eats one, and there's 333 million people in the United States, that's one per day. That would be 333 million a day times 365. My math skills aren't that great. Somebody want to figure that out? What would 333 million times 365 be? If somebody could figure that out. So again, Ice Hand said 60 million. Jessica says they eat one a day. Maybe they do. And Teresa Bandito said 500 million is actually 2 billion. 2 billion grilled cheese sandwiches per year. The average Americans eat on average per year of 2 billion grilled cheese sandwiches. So can somebody do that math for me? 333 million times 365. So that's everybody in the United States eating one a day for a year, for 365 days. What would that be? Wouldn't it be funny if it comes out to 2 billion? That would be funny. Did you know that as of 2019, the record for fastest consumption of Kraft slices is 46 in 3 minutes? I wonder if that means like taking the plastic off of each one of them too. I don't know. I didn't even know that was a competition. I didn't know it was a thing. I don't contribute that very much. I don't contribute very much to that figure, although I love grilled cheese. I love grilled cheese too. Sorry, my funny are back. No need to apologize. That's why we're here. If Tom was here, he'd be like throwing out that kumquat answers like that. But thank you, Jessica. It's like 12 billion. All right, but 12 billion is a little bit. It's more than 2 billion. It's interesting. It's somewhere in the maybe somewhere in the middle there. But they say 2 billion. I don't know. I don't know. What the record is and everything. There you go. All right. So here's a question for you. Like, I don't know anybody who doesn't like grilled cheese. I suppose if you're like lactose intolerant and cheese bothers you, I'm lactose intolerant, but cheese doesn't bother me for some strange reason. But if cheese bothers you, so here's a question for the chat. If you are lactose intolerant, I'm sorry, if you're not lactose intolerant or cheese doesn't bother you, and you do like grilled cheese, which I assume everybody does. I don't know anybody who doesn't like grilled cheese sandwich. If you like grilled cheese sandwiches, is your preference just to have the grilled cheese by itself or with tomato soup? Because some people tell me you can't have a grilled cheese sandwich without tomato soup. What do you guys say? With or without the tomato soup? That was just the math you were asking for. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense, but I don't know. That's just too many grilled cheese sandwiches for me to get my head around. All right, so well, let's do this before we move on. Yeah, I got that right. Probiotic, tangerine. What is it? Tangerine beverage, probiotic sparkling beverage, and our Common Spaces stress dissolver mango sour beer. I have a feeling these are going to work together. Let's do it this way. That does work. Yeah, that works really well. There's a little bit of effervescence still comes out. You get the tangerine flavor with the mango flavor. It almost comes out even more in that. It's a pretty good combo. That's gonna get a thumbs up. It's a good combination. Now, if we were drinking some sort of stout and we mix those together, I don't think that would have worked. Yep, that's good. All right. Moving on. Well, let's see. Gouda cheese. Grilled cheese with Gouda. How's your daughter doing? Julie is doing fine. Like I said, she usually pops in, but she was on vacation last week. They went on a cruise to the Caribbean and Mexico. I'm not sure if they're back yet. So usually when she's back, she pops in. So, but she's doing fine. She took the girls with her, and apparently they had a good time. But I've not talked to her yet, so we'll try that. Naked grilled cheese. So that's without the tomatoes. That's fine. Let's see. I can do either, but only with soup on a cold day. That makes sense. I was taught never to trust people who don't like grilled cheese. That makes perfect sense. But again, I suppose if you are lactose intolerant, that's fair. So I will give them some leeway there. All right, let's go into our snacks. And I think what we have left is we have our spicy stuff, because that's just how we roll. Let's do this one next. It's not spicy, but it is savory. Let's lean that up there, I suppose. And this is Chomps. And this is Chomps salt and pepper venison stick. So it's like a meat stick, I guess is what they call them, like a Slim Jim or a Jack Link's meat stick. But this one is from Chomps, and it is venison, which is deer meat. And this Chomps was founded by Pete Maldonado. Let me try that in English. Chomps was founded by Pete Maldonado and Rashid Ali in 2012 in Chicago, Illinois. Now, I will tell you that for something to say venison, it doesn't have to be all deer meat. Like exotics, I think my friend Anshu, who has the exotic meat market, was telling me that like for hot dogs, like exotic hot dogs, if you're gonna say like it's camel hot dogs or anything, it only has to have 2% of that meat for you to be able to call it that legally, which just seems a little bit disturbing. Let's see. With what? With grass-fed and finished beef added. So they add beef to it. They don't say how much beef. They could add like 60% beef or 70% beef. This is beef added, but it is venison. So let's get this. Oh, question. My bad. And the question is, apple strudel originated from which country? Breakfast strudel. Apple strudel originated in which country? That is a creepy commercial. If you guys have not seen the commercial for what is it? Toaster strudel. That's a really creepy commercial. I advise you to go out and find it and try to sleep afterwards. Apple strudel originated in which country? All right, we're gonna put that there, and we're gonna try this doodle. I'm not gonna give you this because this might have garlic and other stuff in it that is not good for doodles. So I will not give this to you, and I hope you will forgive me, but not a good doodle snack. Well, speaking of doodle snack, I do have doodle snacks. I will give you part of a doodle snack. You've been eating like little bite-sized pieces of this, so that's fine. I don't feel so bad about it. There you go. You want that? He does want that. All right, I didn't cut that. Snap into a venison stick. Better texture than a Slim Jim. Slim Jim is kind of fibery. I like this texture. The texture of this is almost like if you've had the Jack Link's chunks, like the chunk jerky. It's that texture. You can taste the the smoke and the savory, like the broth that they use. Venison can have kind of like wild taste to it. This one doesn't so much. But again, I don't know what that beef to venison ratio is there. There's a little bit of a greasy finish, like a greasy feel on the tongue afterwards. Slight spice. Yeah, that's really good. That's going to get a thumbs up. Wait, that's going to get a thumbs up. So, yeah, not as strong. Like if you don't like game meats and you think that like if you had venison and you just think it has this kind of gamey, wild taste to it, you don't have to worry about that. It's kind of muted in here, probably because it's mixed with the beef. It's actually kind of flavorful. Nice level of spice. Nice amount of smoke. Like the texture. The texture is really nice. A little, like I said, a little bit of a greasy finish, but that's okay. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. Okay. Our question was, apple strudel originated in which country? That sounded Indian. That was bad. Let's see. Miguel Rangel said Germany. Isan said Austria, or if Tom was here, Quatland. Janice Yamanaka said Austria. And Jessica Stanton said Japan. It is, in fact, Austria. Did you know the oldest known strudel recipe is from 1697? I thought I was going to say the oldest known strudel is from 1697. I wouldn't eat it, but they probably eat it over on Reckless Eating. 1697, the oldest strudel, apple strudel, originated in Austria. Which is also an interesting, maybe this is a trivial fact. Two places in, well, actually one place in the United States is famous for apples, which is Washington State. Washington State is famous for their apples. New Hampshire to a lesser extent, but Washington State famous for their apples. And so the question is, like, where did apples originate? They did, because a lot of things like pumpkin, tomato, pumpkin, tomato, I think peppers, and pumpkin, tomato, peppers, and potatoes all originated from the Americas. But now I've just lost track. I lost track completely. But apples are from actually from Europe. And I think most of the apples that we eat here, some of them are hybrid and have been like, crossbred over centuries, I suppose. But most of the apples there's one like a crab apple or some sort of apple that is native, but all the other apples that we eat and are familiar with are originally from Europe and England specifically. Alrighty, so it's time for another snack, and time to read a question, and time to enjoy Doodle's company. And the question is, Doodle, why are you so interested in the cards? There's all this food here, and you're sniffing the cards. All right, the question is, which meat is used in a traditional tikka masala? Again, which meat is used in a traditional tikka masala? Let's stick over here and let's go into our grab bag and see what else we have in here. That's going to be hot. That's going to be crazy. This one I have a feeling is not going to be that hot. So let's put that up there. We did ask the question. This again from Trader Joe's, and this is jalapeno seasoned corn and rice puffs. This is a product of Canada. Here, Doodle, I need you to move here, but you can stay right there. Stay right there. I just thought this was really unusual. We'll see what this is all about. Oh, Tom walked in, and he says quat meat. Okay, so you are back, Tom. Welcome back. Welcome. It's good to see you. These are odd little things. They're like misshapen. I don't know what they are. Kind of like, ooh, what is that? I'm getting like this herbal, like a Italian spice kind of flavor. I'm not getting so much jalapeno flavor as much as I'm getting jalapeno heat. And that is really deceptive because I'm looking, this is a Trader Joe's thing, you know, there's a little picture of that. And, you know, it doesn't really look that spicy, but it does have a kick. A really strange texture too, because they look like they're really light, like almost like shrimp chips, you know, that light kind of airy thing that you just put on your tongue and it's going to dissolve. They look like they're going to be like that, but they just have some texture to them and some crunch. And they really have a kick. I was surprised. I was thinking like, well, we're going to get past this one because it's not going to be that spicy and everything. It has a kick. It really does. I don't know if it's because, you know, they dry out the jalapenos when they put it in there, but you don't get that kind of fresh pepper flavor that you get from jalapenos and everything. This is fun to eat. It kind of defies logic if you're going to try to compare that to something else and everything. So it's really interesting. Normally, I would say, you know, well, I want to taste the jalapenos, and I'm really getting so much jalapeno flavor as much as jalapeno heat, and it would be lesser. But it's really interesting. It's really unique. It's really different and everything. And so it's going to get a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay. The question is, what meat is used in a traditional tikka masala? Let's see what the guesses were. Okay, the Z Food Review said chicken thighs. That's very specific. Tom, old guy, said quat meat. That's very specific, but it's also correct. Let's see. Those look like all the guesses. Please forgive me if I missed that guess. It is, in fact, chicken. So I'm guessing Z Food Review, you're very specific about a chicken being chicken thighs. It probably is chicken thighs, which honestly, if you ask me, is the meatiest part of the chicken, the thigh. Like if I'm going to get, especially boneless, if I'm going to buy chicken in the store, I'm going to get thighs because you get more meat for your money. And the thighs are a dark meat. I'm not really crazy about chicken breast because sometimes it can be really kind of dry. So chicken thighs is the way to go. I'm going to assume that it is in fact chicken thighs. All you had to say was chicken. That is correct. Although Tom has a more correct answer. It is in fact quat meat. But yeah, chicken. Did you know chicken tikka masala is believed to have been invented in Glasgow, Scotland, by a Bangladeshi chef, which is why it is the official, or like I guess the official dish of the UK is tikka masala. It's sort of like orange chicken, right? Orange chicken is not a Chinese dish. It is not from China. It is American. It's a Chinese American. It's a Chinese American dish. It was invented here in the United States. It is Chinese American. And tikka masala is the same thing. And tikka masala was created first in the UK. I think it was 1950s, if I'm not mistaken. It was first created in the UK, and so it is it's not an Indian dish per se. It is a British Indian, whatever you would call that dish. But really interesting. Tikka masala, the official dish of the UK. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Hi to anyone I missed. Well, same to you, Tom. Let's see. Oh, Icehan said, did you know that Doodle's ancestors came from Europe? There were North American dogs when Europeans invaded, but they must have become extinct after their contact. Interesting. I know that the Aztecs raised dogs. I can't remember what the name of it is. It's like it's sort of like a Chihuahua, but they're hairless. They're a little bit larger. Julie knows the name of this. I wish I think it starts with an X, the name of the dog. And they're not large dogs. The thing about the Aztecs and some other places in pre-Columbian Mexico is that some of them were eaten. Some of them were like they were raised to have around, and then they were eaten during rough times and everything. But and I think the Chihuahua, you know, because obviously there's the state of Chihuahua in Mexico. The Chihuahua is a Mexican dog. The Chinese crested, I think, sometimes also called the Mexican hairless. I believe those are from Mexico as well. You could be right, Dusty Beard. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Again, Julie knows, and she knows what it's called. But And LLM Properties, welcome to you as well. LLM Properties, I don't recognize your name. I think you're probably new to the channel. If you are, please let us know where you're from and let us know what brings you to Trippy Food. Unless you just are using a different name, and we used to know you, but we don't anymore. And I apologize if that's the case. And Dusty Beard, welcome back. Always good to see you. So I'm going to have another sip of my tea, because I have to talk for 2 hours. How are we doing on time? We got about a little more than half an hour left, 35 minutes left, and we've got 2 snacks left. So we got plenty of time. We might even be able to get that 9th snack in there. Oak Ridge, Tennessee. So you're one of the Oak Ridge boys. Well, welcome, LLM Properties, and we're going to call you LLM for short. Welcome, everybody. Please give LLM Properties a warm and hearty Trippy Food welcome. What brings you to Trippy Food, LLM? I'm going to do these next, only because the last ones I don't know to what degree they're going to be like crazy spicy. So we'll see. Just put those up there. These are from La Molienda. We've done La Molienda products before. This is La Molienda Cantinero Paquetón, which apparently translates loosely to bartender packet. This is a bartender packet. This is Cantinero Paquetón snack mix. And there is a long list of ingredients, which was hard to read what's in it. It looks like peanuts. I'm guessing there's like chili powder in here. There's something that looks like tortilla chips maybe, and there's a bunch of gritty stuff in there. Let's see if we take a look at that. Get a close look at that. I'll put some in a bowl so you can see it a little bit better. Oh, question. And the question is, in which continent did the flat, round maize patties named arepa, flat, round maize patties? If you ever go to the continent where they make these, and you call them flat, round maize patties, you're going to get chased out. In which continent did the flat, round maize patties named arepa? And when they say maize, it's M-A-I-Z-E, which is like corn, right? In which continent did the flat, round maize patties named arepas originate? I think that one's easy. You can, if you want to say what country you think it's from, and there's probably several. Go ahead and throw that out there too. All right, let me get one of these. And let's try to mix that up a little bit. Looks like mostly peanuts. Now, I can do this because I know I'm not going to spill this into my, even if I spill this on the keyboard, it's not going to be like, like tuna juice or anything else like that. That's what it looks like. I would say it's mostly peanuts. All right, here we go. It's not as spicy as I thought. There's like a vinegar sourness to it. Probably lime. I'm thinking lime. Yeah. But there's acid. There's an acid in there. It's enough, even though this is peanut heavy, it's enough to kind of mute that overwhelming peanut taste. These, what I assume, are little tortilla chips. Really crunchy. Nice flavor. I like that kind of sour acid flavor in there. It's sort of like not like tahini. It's not as salty, I don't think. The nuts are sweet. It's really interesting and unique. I'm going to go ahead and give that a thumbs up. I'm pulling the thumbs up. Pull my thumb. All right. the question was, in which continent did the flat round maize patties named arepas originate? Let's see. Miguel Rangel said Venezuela. Icehand said South America. LLM Property said Venezuela. We'll be leaving now to do some reviews here at Magic Mountain. Well, thanks for joining us, Janice. It's almost at the end anyways. And as always, good to see you and thank you for your help. So we'll see you soon. Let's figure out a time when we can actually get together and do some stuff. So we've not done that in a while. I'm trying to remember when the last time we did it, when you met the Prince of Dogness. But let's do that again soon. It is in fact South America. Venezuela would be a correct answer. Colombia would be a correct answer too. I believe they are. I believe it's a combination of the Spanish and indigenous peoples that it came from around the same time, and because corn is grown there, and I think that Venezuela and Colombia would be correct because that whole area from what is now Panama all the way over across to Venezuela was all part of Gran Colombia. I think it was called Nueva Granada when it was first founded by the Spanish. It's called Nueva Granada, and then later it was Gran Colombia, Gran, Gran Colombia, and then afterwards that was split up, and so Venezuela and Colombia was split. That's why their flag is almost the same, and then Panama later on was kind of engineered as a separate country with outside interference. And so yeah, if you said South America, you were absolutely correct. If you said Northern South America, you'd be even more correct. And if you said Venezuela or Colombia, you would be probably correct and as well. And we would take all of those. So there we go. What was the most weirdest thing you ever ate or drank? Somebody asked me that the other day. I would say the weirdest thing I ever ate was when I made for Matt Zion, because it was on his bucket list, Matt Zion of Reckless Eating. It was when I made the Kopi, not Kopi block, I'm sorry, the maggot cheese. What is that? Kazu Marzu. When I made the Kazu Marzu for Matt, that's probably the weirdest thing I ever ate. Because it had live maggots on it. Speaking of maggots, where is John? And I don't, John King. And I don't mean that like I'm calling John a maggot. He's always the one that suggests that I eat something with maggots on it. Yeah, that's probably the weirdest thing I ever ate. The weirdest thing I ever drank. Let's see, what would that be? That's an excellent question. The weirdest thing I ever drank. I have to think about that one. That one's a little bit more. Well, there's a Salvadoran drink. I think it's called Atoll, and it's made from corn. It's like a hot drink made from corn. That was unusual. Not earth-shattering crazy, but unusual. I'd have to think about that one. I'll have to think about that one, Janice. Jessica. That would be a good question for the next Ask Val. We should start up. I think I'm going to put in the suggestion box. I think I'm going to put another Ask Val, and then once we get enough questions and everything, we'll do another Ask Val. That would be a good question to do that, and that would give me some time to think about that. Viva Arepas in Las Vegas is my favorite place to eat arepas. It's away from the Strip. There's a place here in LA. It's a truck called what is it called? Sus Arepas. It's called Sus Arepas, and they do different styles. Like they do a Korean style arepa, so it has like Korean stuff on it, kimchi and stuff like that on it. That it's kind of fusion stuff, but it's actually pretty good. All right, let's see. We still have a half an hour left, and we're down to one snack, so we're good. We're going to get that 9th snack in, and we'll be able to do goutte mélange. I know how much you guys like goutte mélange. All right, a little sip of the beer. Don't want to neglect that. Where is my? Oh, here we go. That is really unusual. But I like it. Yes, I do. I like it. Yeah, it's good. All right. Last snack on the list, but probably not last snack. Let's go ahead and read a question. The question is, on average, how many pounds of, what is this like average and numbers and stuff like that? I mean, it's like, that's all guessing stuff, On average, how many pounds of peanut butter per person do Americans eat per year? On average, how many pounds of peanut butter per person do Americans eat per year. Hi, Doodle. What? What can I do for you, Doodle? What can I do for you? You want to come up and say hi again? You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? They're out there. They're out there. Yeah, that's where they are. You want to say hi? No? You're not going to say hi? They're out there. You're adoring public. You're going to say hi to them. Close enough. Close enough, Doodle. All right. So these are, the product line is called Six Fortune. These are wasabi broad beans. So they're roasted broad beans with wasabi flavor. The company is Scholar or Scholar. I'm not sure. It looks like Scholar, like, somebody, a student. So it's either Scholar or Scholar. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I'm going to call it Scholar. Scholar Enterprises was founded in 1975 in New Taipei City in Taiwan. This is a product of Taiwan. And again, they are prepared broad beans, wasabi flavor. And again, Asian packaging, but they put a little tear in there to make life a lot easier. So there we go. Doodle of Darkness. Jessica Stanton said, hello, Doodle of Darkness. Prince of Darkness. Did I tell you I also had a hamster a year ago? I don't remember if you mentioned the hamster. I think you did, because I think Julie had a hamster called Teddy. And I think maybe Julie was on that, and we got into a discussion about Julie's hamster, Teddy. And then she got a second hamster, and his name was Teddy, but because he was the second one, they named him T2. Sort of like the Terminator. You guys have seen these before. They're pretty big. It's a broad bean. Remember the time Doodle waved back? I do remember that, Jessica. Like, I didn't prompt him. I didn't move his hand. He just goes like this on screen. I remember that, Jessica. Can't get him to do it again, though. Ooh. That's interesting. Usually when you eat something with wasabi in it, you get that, that kind of breathy stuff that goes up your nose, that horseradishy kind of thing that goes up your nose. Kind of takes your breath away. This definitely has that flavor, but it's not crazy. It's not over the top. There's a nice amount of salt to it. The texture is really nice. Let's see. Broad bean ingredients: broad bean. I would assume that's the primary ingredient. Palm oil, soybean oil, salt, monosodium glutamate, wasabi flavor. Let's see what else. Tapioca starch, and then colors and sodium phosphates. Contains soybean. Where? Oh, soybean oil. May contain peanut, tree nuts, wheat. May not, but it might. Now, those are really nice. Again, there's some other flavor going on there. There's a nice saltiness to it. I'm not really crazy about like overly salty stuff, but there's a nice level of salt on there. The wasabi is not over the top, so it's not, you get that kind of breathiness to it, but it's not over the top where it kind of like makes your nose run and takes your breath away. So it's kind of subtle, but it's really, really good. So that is going to get a big thumbs up. Let's go back to our question. Our question was, on average, how many pounds of peanut butter per person do Americans eat? Let's see. Isan said 3 pounds. LLM said 15 pounds. Tom said 8 quat pounds. I think quat pound is how many kumquats you get in a pound. He said 8 quat pounds. The answer is, in fact, 3 pounds of peanut butter per person per year. Now, I'm trying to remember, like, if you get a jar of peanut butter, standard size jar of peanut butter, how much peanut butter is that? Is that a pound? Is a single jar of peanut butter a pound of peanut butter? So that would mean 3 jars of peanut butter per year. I probably eat more than that. Now, actually, to be honest with you, I eat peanut butter less occasionally, and I eat almond butter a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, because Claudia doesn't eat peanut butter, so she always has almond butter here. So it just seems like an easy thing to just slap that on some bread. Random fact: I watch a YouTuber that has a cat named Wasabi. Oh, that's sassy. Wasabi cat backwards is not wasabi cat. No, but taco cat is. All right. So we have time. We have time for both the ninth ingredient and the gout mélange. So it is our lucky day. So here is the ninth one. This is the one that I just didn't put it on the list because I forgot that I got it. This is from Boar's Head. Everyone knows Boar's Head. And this is Chèvre goat cheese. Chèvre is French for goat. Goat. It's cranberry cinnamon goat cheese. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Julie and I, when we did a Trippy Food East live stream, we did a cranberry cheese. I can't remember which cheese it was, but it was. I don't think it was goat cheese, but we did do a cranberry cheese that was really good. This is cranberry and cinnamon goat cheese, which is slightly different. We're going to go ahead and do this. So let me just kind of slice a piece of that. I wonder if that includes food with peanut butter in it or is just straight peanut butter. I don't know. The thing is like, how would you calculate it? Because sometimes, like, you know, if you're eating a cookie that has peanut butter in it, sometimes you don't, like, how would you know? And the other thing is, maybe they're going by how much peanut butter they sell in the United States a year and dividing it up among everybody in the United States. Maybe they're doing that. That kind of makes sense because honestly, you know, I don't remember anybody like sending me out a survey going like, how much peanut butter do you eat during a year? You know, so I don't know. And like maybe they scan it at the store and they, you know, they go like, oh, so and so, he's been here before and he's bought peanut butter before. So I don't know. Honestly, don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do any of that stuff. Honestly, it's probably not very scientific. I should have got like some sort of bread or toast or cracker. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it on one of these butter chips. I'm going to try it by itself first, and then I'm going to put it on. But no, you know, I just try it by itself. I don't want to confuse it with anything else. All right, here we go. So this is cranberry and cinnamon goat cheese. Oh wow. The cranberries aren't really blended in, so the cranberries have the cranberry skin, the skin of the cranberries. It's like it doesn't really break down, so you still get that cranberry skin like texture in there. The sweetness and the tartness of the cranberries goes really good with the goat cheese. So goat cheese technically can have like a kind of a pungent, almost sour taste, but the cranberries really blend in with that. Now, again, I've had like the cranberry cheese that Julie and I had. The cranberries were muted, but this, like the cranberry flavor is really strong in this one. And then the cinnamon adds a really nice texture to that. And like, I would not use this to make like a grilled cheese sandwich or anything you typically would use cheese for. This would be good on a charcuterie board, just as is, maybe on a cracker or something like that would be really good. But not as something like you would typically put cheese in, like on a sandwich or something like that. I don't think that would go really well with that. But it really is nice. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. That is really tasty. I didn't ask a question. That's okay. Let's see, did I miss anything here? Let me see. We were talking about wasabi cat. Oh, okay. Jessica was laughing at what Tom said. What's in the bag moving? It's not that there's something in the bag moving. The bag is empty. That was our Trippy Food grab bag, courtesy of Trader Joe's, New Hampshire. The fan is on, and the fan is making the bag blow. Scott, welcome. Glad you could make it. It's sort of at the end, but that's okay. We have plenty of time left, and glad you could make it. Thank you. Always good to see you. Now comes the time on Trippy Food when we do the gout mélange. All right, so we're going to do gout mélange. Let's see, I have another one of these over here. Let's start with this. We have our La Molienda. Am I going to say that right? La Molienda. Our La Molienda Cantinero Paqueton. Let's not get crazy with that. Our Trader Joe's caramel coffee almonds. I'm going to have a hard time breaking those up. I might have to just put those in whole. Yeah, they're not too big. That's okay. I'll put them in like that. Same with our broad beans. So we have our Six Fortune wasabi broad beans. You're going to kind of have to put them in whole. Those aren't going to break up very well. I have a feeling this is going to have kind of a snack mix vibe to it. We have our Trader Joe's jalapeno seasoned corn and rice puffs. And again, surprisingly, this had the most kick of anything we had today. That really kind of is surprising. We'll break that up a little bit. Yeah, it breaks up all right. Just woke up, went to a rager or party last night. It was a blast. Had to call in sick to work. Hope I don't get into much trouble. Well, hopefully it was worth it. That's weird. Hang on. I am. Do you live in Massachusetts now? I do not. I was not born in Massachusetts. I was raised in Massachusetts. I grew up in Massachusetts, but I don't live there now currently. I just spend a lot of time there because I have a lot of family up there. I am. And welcome, I am. So I am. Have you been here before and changed your name? Are you new to the channel? If you are new to the channel, what brings you here and where are you from? I am. Not I am. I am not. I am. I just had to wash some of that stuff off my hands there. Now that has jalapeno in it, and that was the one that was like really spicy. So I just can't imagine that. I mean, I would want to remember what I was doing with that hand later. Miguel Rangel, where were you born? Where was I born? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't usually give that information out because that's usually a security question, so I don't give that out. Not that I always am honest on security questions, but I think it's generally not a good idea to tell people that. I live in Burbank near McCambridge Park. My name is Isaac. Well, welcome, Isaac. What brings you to the channel? It's good to see you. Everybody, please give Isaac a warm and hearty Trippy food welcome. What brings you to our channel, Isaac? All right, let's see. Chips. Oh, chocolate chip cookies. This might be the outlier here. This might be the odd guy out. What's your mother's maiden name and last 4 of your social security? That's fun. What was my first car? What was the name of my first elementary school teacher or whatever? All right. I almost forgot the salmon. Got to get the salmon. This might be the spoiler here. Trader Joe's salmon, and I got that all over my keyboard. It was inevitable. I was going to get something all over my keyboard, and it would happen to be the salmon. So there we go. What do you think, guys? What do you think salmon and chocolate chip cookie are going to taste like together? Am I missing anything? I am. I'm missing the cheese, the goat cheese. The cranberry and cinnamon goat cheese. So let's get some of that. That's a big gout melange. I fear having to eat that whole thing. I was born on Earth. Well, welcome, Miguel. I hope Earth has been kind to you. Oh, this is a mess. This is a joyous mess. I guess it's good doing this with a fork because it breaks things down a little bit. I was born in hell. Well, Jessica, did you mean Hell, Michigan? So here's a question for you guys. How many people here have ever been to Hell, Michigan? And I ask you this because I have been to Hell, Michigan. Hell, Michigan is actually a nice place. I don't know what the population is now, but in the late 90s, I believe the population of Hell, Michigan was about 50. There's not much out there. It's kind of rolling farmland and countryside. It is in Michigan. So in the winter, it does get colder than hell. I mean, well, it doesn't get colder than hell. It gets exactly as cold as hell in the winter. And it's just this cute little town. There's not many people in it. I heard a couple of years ago they were trying to sell the entire town. Like they wanted somebody to buy the entire town. It's mostly tourism. They have a post office so people can get like things postmarked from hell. The main attraction in town is the dam on Hell Creek. Stuff like that. But Hell's it's a cute little place. I've been on the highway to hell. I've been to hell and back, which is, nice to tell people and be honest. I've been following for a while. I'm sure I'm subscribed for the first time seeing you live. I've seen all your videos along with Reckless Eating. Oh, okay. Well, welcome, Isaac. It's good to have you here. I'm glad you could join us. So if this is your first time on the live stream, I'll just kind of lay out the ground rules. Everybody's familiar with these. And we just try to be courteous. So the two main things, two things we will not talk about on this channel. We will not talk about religion, and we will not talk about politics. The reason is because everybody has their own opinion on that, and we will end up in a discussion that will take up the whole 2 hours of when we're trying to do food and travel. So we don't discuss those. And the other thing is that we try to maintain this as a family-friendly channel. Not a family channel, but a family-friendly channel. So, double entendre, that's fine. There's a lot of that goes around, but we try to make sure that this is something that you don't have to hold your hand over your grandmother's ears during the live streams or during the episodes, and you don't have to send the kids into the other room. So those are our ground rules, kind of simple, but welcome, Isaac. I'm glad you finally made a live stream. So everybody give Isaac a warm and hearty Trippy Food welcome. Now that's weird. Okay. I think I'm getting mostly the goat cheese because of the texture. Oh, shoot. I did kind of say I was born, where. I'm sorry. Oh, no worries, Jessica. I don't advise that. That's all. If you want to say it, that's fine. I just don't advise that people do that anywhere. And, not even, my standpoint, just so that people know that can be a security question. To be honest with you, when you're doing those security questions, you should be lying. Come up with an answer you'll know, but somebody else who knows you won't be able to figure out. So I'm getting some of the lime from the peanuts. Strange to say, I'm not getting the wasabi, which is really strange because you would think that would be a really strong taste here. Definitely ice hand. Keep your hands and feet away from my mouth. Nice crunch there. Well, there's a combination of flavors going on. Textures going on there. So get the crunchiness of the broad beans and the chocolate chip cookie, I think, and get that crunch. You get kind of that mushiness from the cheese, from the goat cheese. And as pungent as that goat cheese is, it doesn't, the flavor isn't crazy. It's kind of like mutes all those crazy flavors. The wasabi is not really strong. Unfortunately, the coffee almonds, the caramel coffee almonds, those get lost. Not getting any of the coffee flavor in there. Those jalapeno corn and rice puffs from Trader Joe's that had a real strong kick when you ate them by themselves, that's gone. So nothing's. We ate a couple of spicy things, not really, overly spicy. So this is kind of like, it's not like a snack mix. It's not something you'd eat dry. It's not, you don't want to stick your hand in there because you've got like the goat cheese in there. It has some very interesting flavors in there. Very interesting flavors, very interesting textures. Nothing really fights. Nothing really like comes to the surface and is overwhelming or anything. It's actually pretty good. It's probably one of the better gout mélanges that we did, and that's going to get a thumbs up. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, like, I'm probably not going to eat this whole bowl full of it, but it is actually pretty good. So there you have it. We got everything in. We got our extra snack in. We did great. So I want to, we had a lot of new faces today, and so everybody welcome them, and hopefully we will see you again soon. We typically do our live stream around the same time. Every once in a while we have to change it, just for a scheduling standpoint. We got to change it around a little bit. And got some potato chips on my keyboard. We have to change around a little bit and everything, but usually I like to let people know. So I try to put it on all kinds of media, social media, so that you guys know when we're going to do something. I put it in the community page on YouTube, X, Threads, Facebook, Instagram. Try to cover everything just so that you guys know what's going on. So if you subscribe to us or follow us on any of those, you should get notification when we're going to actually be doing something, or when we're not going to do something because we have to cancel something. So hopefully we will see you in the future. And again, especially the new people who have just come in, would like to see you again. And I appreciate those of you who have been here since the beginning, because again, we've been doing it probably almost 10 years. We've been doing the channel almost 10 years. Not the live stream. We haven't done the live stream in 10 years, but we've had the channel almost 10 years. We've built a wonderful community. I love the camaraderie. I love the interaction, and I love the fact that you guys are respectful for everybody else. We've never really had any problems with anybody on there who's disrespectful to anybody else. It's been actually pretty cool. So I want to thank you guys for that, and for making this a friendly, open community that other people, like these new people that joined today, are welcome to join. Everybody has a voice here. I learned stuff from you. Hopefully you learn stuff from me, and as it should be. So, during these crazy times, it's nice that you can treat other people with kindness and respect, and that everybody, from no matter what walk of life they're from, can get along. And if we can contribute to that, then hey, 10 points for us. So I want to thank you again. If you have not subscribed, if you enjoy us and you watch us on a regular basis and you've not subscribed, please do so. That helps us. Also, the other channels that we support, Tom, Old Guy in Colorado, Janice Yamanaka, they have some great channels. And if you want to know who they are, go to our main YouTube page, and at the bottom, towards the bottom, there's featured channels. When you click on that, you'll see all those people. Check out their channels. We wouldn't recommend them to you unless we thought you would like them. And when you do like them, subscribe to theirs as well. Be sure you click the thumbs up to like the videos. That's helpful for them. And we thank you for your support over the years, and hope to continue doing this. This is the high point of my day, my week. The high point of my week. I work all week. I love doing this on the weekend and sharing time with you. And I hope you feel likewise. I learned from you. I hope you learned from me, and I hope you all have fun. So let's continue to do this. I thank you so much. Wait, what is one of your favorite restaurants in Burbank? I would have to think about that. Let me think about that. I'll get back to you next week on that. Maybe I think we should do another Ask Val. I think we need to do another Ask Val. Thank you from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Oak Ridge, hey, one of the Oak Ridge boys. All right, LLM, thank you for joining us and welcome. Isaac, thank you for joining us and welcome. Hope we will see you in future episodes. Always good to see you. I want to thank you all for your support. So just remember that it's crazy out there. It really is. So please be careful. Doodle, you want to say hi or say goodbye? There's Doodle. I want to thank you for your support, but remember that's crazy out there, so please be careful. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we will see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a great week.